Good morning, fellas. A few days ago I was in Cologne, Germany, and there was a gaming event, gamescom 2023. Today I'm gonna take you guys on a trip to gamescom. We arrived and were greeted by a huge crowd. I maybe underestimated how big the event was. After the waiting and showing your ticket, you walked into the first hall and you saw already two of the biggest gaming companies, Sega and Xbox. I'm more of a Nintendo fan than Xboxes or Sega. Then we got to the big passage hall. And I didn't know this, but at Gamescom you didn't only have game companies with their booths, but also you had little shops and corners where you could buy a lot of merchandise. I didn't really care about the shops. The only thing that would be cool to own has nothing to do with gaming but a Saul Goodman Funko Pop. And I swear to God, they had every fucking Funko Pop laying around except for Saul. Also some weird companies such as Netflix or Lego. I mean, what have they to do with gaming? But overall, the first impressions were pretty good. I've never been to anything like this. I would love to go one day to E3. But Gamescom was also great to explore. I'm totally not a fan of anime and cosplay and that type of stuff. I'm sorry if you're into that, but I can't stand it, I'm sorry. I like it when folks dress up like something, I don't know, Master Chief or Wario. Those guys look really cool sometimes, but when someone goes as a furry, that's where I draw the line. Again, I'm sorry if you're into that. Don't take my opinion seriously. There also was a retro game section at Gamescom. I must say I found it pretty underwhelming. There were a couple of old game consoles hooked up with a random game. I don't know, but I was really hoping to buy some old games, and that would make the section a lot more fun. After that we ate some fries with currywurst. Currywurst is a really famous German fast food meal. If you ever go to Germany, please try it, it's delicious. But enough about German culture food. I was still looking for my favorite company, Nintendo, and after a long search we finally found it. A few weeks prior to the event, I was hoping that we could play Super Mario Bros. Wonder or Super Mario RPG or even Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. But there were mostly third-party games and a few first-party games from Nintendo, but all of them had already released. I really didn't see any point in waiting in line for a game that I could just play at home, but there was a game I really wanted to try, and it was at the Nintendo booth. It was Sonic Superstars. There were like 40 fellas standing in line and in front of me. I thought, alright, I'll be standing for about half an hour to 45 minutes, and I kid you not, I stood there for over fucking 2 hours. My god, the demo didn't have a time limit. It was just 2 levels you had to complete, but if you were a bit slower and bad at the game, it took really long time. But I survived, and while I stood there in line, I noticed that the Switch version is not really pretty. Like some textures, for example, on the signs, they were really low quality, and that was really disappointing to see. On the other hand, it's really common knowledge that the Switch is outdated at the moment. But at these type of moments you really see that we need another next generation Switch. Let's talk about the gameplay. The game is really colorful, and normally I'm not really into the Sonic the Hedgehog, but this 2D Sonic Superstars, it was really fun. The only thing is, it's releasing only a few days apart from Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and if I have to choose between those two games, which one I'm picking, I'm gonna be honest with you, 100% for Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Nintendo was teasing it a bit and they were showing the game trailer on the big screen, but I still don't understand why they didn't have a playable demo of the game there. It's literally coming out in less than 2 months. In the rest of the booth they had a few My Nintendo Store items and a cool timeline of Mario's evolution over the years. So the overall conclusion, I saw too many cosplayers and goddamn furries.